Hi everyone, welcome. It's good to see you again. This is a remake of my cornbread buttermilk soap. Buttermilk cornbread, yeah. This is locally grown corn. Some is mine, some is a neighbor's, all organically grown white corn that has been finely ground, and even more finely ground than in my last one. Only because I had one person ask me if I could make it just a bit finer. And I just thought, why not? Because it actually does just as good a job. The larger grind generally is for the really, really nasty, heavy, calloused skin. This finer grind will work well on that as well. However, it's also more gentle on the more tender skin. So that's why a little bit of a finer grind. And the buttermilk is all made from my own goat's milk, and I'm just so proud of it. It smells good. It tastes delicious too, if you happen to like buttermilk. But it also has so many fantastic qualities for our skin that survive in soap. A lot of botanicals don't necessarily survive through the saponification in soaps, and you'll see a lot of soapers use a lot of botanicals, including myself, in soap. Some I use for color. Some, if I'm using them for their benefit, I try to use them a bit differently at the end of the soap, but still you're not going to get the same benefit from it as you would perhaps on a lotion or a cream or a salve or a spray. Soap just, it's so high in pH that it does counteract a lot of things that you put in it that sound wonderful. They sound like wonderful ingredients, but they don't always survive the saponification. There's a lot of science behind this, and there are some things that do, goat milk being one of them. Many, if not most, of the benefits of milk, or in this case buttermilk, even more great benefits, do survive saponification and are so good for our skin. And I'm just so proud to be able to offer this to you. I have had so many beautiful emails and comments and messages from you all, and I just want to tell you again, if I haven't said it today, how much I appreciate your kindness, your warmth, your what I hope is honesty. But no, you really are a tremendous group of people, and I get very little negative. I get a few, but they don't have necessarily a negative effect on me. And I actually mentioned this in a comment to someone else that I was talking about another subject, but I thought, this is a good time to bring that up. If someone you love says something cruel or even sadistic to you, it can cut you to the bone. And perhaps it should too, because these are people that are supposed to love us, and those who love us shouldn't hurt us, right? Certainly not intentionally. But to me, it's quite different when a stranger does it. And I'm proud of this, because this means I've grown since my youth, and I haven't always been able to say that, but I do feel I've matured in this particular area. And that is that someone recently called me a name, which I've been called names many times throughout my life, and sometimes it hurts and sometimes it doesn't. But when it comes from a stranger, it seems to me that, well, they don't know me, so why should I let that affect me? They may know what they saw in a video. They saw a video of me talking, or they heard something that I said, and it struck a nerve with them. Well, I'm not going to let that hurt me, because obviously they're hurt, right? There's something within them that is not perfect, at least in their eyes, and they're striking out. Does that make them bad people? In my eyes, it makes them hurt people, perhaps even damaged in one way or another. So I do feel sympathy sometimes actually for those people. Somebody told me that I should keep my old but that's the kind way of putting it, off YouTube, because I was, well, to be honest, they felt that I was leading people astray in regard to using natural soaps. And I tried to respond back to them privately, and I don't think that they wanted that. They simply wanted to express their anger and just let it be expressed without me responding. Well, I don't leave those kind of posts up for a couple reasons. They use some offensive language in the post, and I don't use that on my channel. I don't curse on my channel. I try not to. I think I just said "but" a little while ago. That's about as much cursing as you'll ever hear from me. Not in real life. In reality, yeah, on occasion I use a foul word. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that I don't. And I've heard all the arguments throughout my life that intelligent people can use words, don't have to use foul language, that using foul language means you don't have the right language to express yourself. That's not really true. There are some very brainy people who use curse words, and these are very articulate individuals who know how to speak properly. Foul language is a way to speak. It is a way to express oneself. With one word, you can express an awful lot, right? But we're not going to get into that. That's not what this is about. But my point is that if someone curses on my channel or in a post, certainly, I'm going to remove it. Because, not that I'm offended by it, but I don't want you to be offended. I know that there are people on my channel that are very religious. I know that there are people that visit my channel that would be opposed to that. And so why would I do that? Well, what's the purpose of me leaving a post like that? Now, how it affects me, what I was going to say about that. When a stranger makes a comment like that, I don't take it personally because they don't know me personally, right? They're just striking out. So, reason I bring this up is because I've heard others say, well, you should block people from your channel, you should do this, you should do that. Well, should is a could is a would, right? We all have to do what's best for us. And for me, what's best for me is to treat these people with the same respect that I want to be treated with. Whether they're treating me with that respect or not doesn't mean that I can't treat them with respect. Some people would call that turning the other cheek. And I think that's even biblical, right? But I'm not a biblical person. I'm I consider myself a moral person. I try to be ethical. I try to be fair, but I'm flawed. I make mistakes. I make big mistakes. And I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, nor do I strive for perfection. I strive for goodness. And I strive for kindness. That is what I want to be. I want to be a good and I want to be a kind person. I don't want to be a rich man. I know that people that aren't rich oftentimes will say that, right? Oh, I don't want to be rich. Money ruins you. Well, no, I don't necessarily believe that. It does ruin some people, but it's just not a goal that I have. It's not that I don't want it. It doesn't occur to me to have a great deal of money. I'm happy with what I have. A little more when I sell some soap, that's a great thing. It helps me to buy more stuff to make more soap, right? But it's just not a goal of mine to reach great success financially. To me, success is making friends with you all. Getting out and working with my animals, that's success to me. Anyway, my point is, don't be offended when strangers say nasty things. It is their issue, not your issue. Brush it aside. You know who you are. You know what you are made of. Don't let someone else tell you who you are. All right? Big hugs. As always, you mean the world to me, and I'm glad you're a part of the farm. It means a lot to me having you here and getting to talk to you and reading your posts and responding to you all. You're beautiful. And I'm glad I know you. Have a great day, everyone. Goodbye.